I've always admired natural things. Natural things like the original art, the original state.
Okay.
I've always admired things at the original state. You get. So now bringing that into photography. I don't like taking pictures where I have to get a makeup artist to adjust something.
Your face.
Adjust your face and just make everything look like you are there. Meanwhile, you're not actually there.
Yeah.
I want to call the attention of the world towards that thing that they look as imperfect.
And I think clarity is all about knowing what you want and going after it.
True self.
I want to help 10 million people communicate their big
Take it
ideas.
very shallow. You think that the entire stuff I'm getting from this particular business is profit.
We feel seen, we feel valued.
And the marketing is done perfectly well, and sales is easier.
What exactly do you wish happens on earth because you exist?
Today we have a special episode on the podcast. The Clarity Podcast is here with a special, and it is going to be an amazing one today. Today I have somebody that has been my friend for over a decade. He is one of the most creative people I know. Like, he's a photographer, he's an artist. He's one of the few people that is multi-talented. You know, those stories that you used to hear about Joseph having a multicolored clothes or a multicolored jacket. This guy is an epitome of it. He's a musician. He's everything that you really have to know when it comes to talent. He's an embodiment of talent. And I have been waiting for this for you. So today I have Morenz with me in the house. Morenz, how are you doing today?
Very well. That hype too much.
It's kind of hype, that one. It's not about hype. It's the fact. I think that over the years you've been one of the most special people I've known over the years. Like you have done some crazy things. You've been able to acquire some crazy talents over the years that for a normal person they would just think it's normal, but for us that actually know you, we know that you've done so much and you've been able to acquire so much talent. And kudos to you. How are you doing today?
I'm very well.
You are looking black. So let's just dive into the whole thing. I'm so glad that you're on the podcast today.
Thank you very much.
So I really just want to ask you these questions. I believe that is the first question in the stand on the podcast. I would just say you should introduce yourself, but this question is to introduce yourself to ourselves. Yeah, so it's about your name, Morenz. You know that name, when we hear Morenz, it sounds this kind of like, you know, like this Spanish kind of like, sounds romantic and sweet. What's up? What does Morenz mean? Where did it come from? Let me understand.
Okay, yeah. Before I start, I would like to say thank you for the privilege to be here. You know, the privilege to be here, it's a big privilege.
It's my pleasure.
So, to the question, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, Morenz is my fourth name.
Fourth?
Yeah, I just have,
wow.
Apart from my surname, I just have three other names. Gideon, Tomitope, and Morenz. So the full meaning of Morenz is, there's a big story behind it.
Okay.
But I think I would like to, can I share that? So, Morenz is my third name. So the full meaning is Moren Keji Aram. Do you get? So my dad gave me that name because I think I'm the only. I'm the only.
You're the male.
Yeah.
You're about to call your Kolan.
You get. So he gave me Moren Keji Aram.
So Keji Baba.
You get.
That's deep. Oh, okay.
So, Moren Keji Aram is my third name. So I just coined out Morenz for my photography. So basically that's it.
That's amazing. You know, it's very rare to find a way to bring out your name, like a brand name from your actual name, and you know, we've had a lot of funny names like the Olamomi, and you know, there are a lot of very funny names that a lot of people here that they are trying to use their names and everything. But you know, it takes absolute knowledge of you knowing yourself to be able to con names out of your own name itself, and you're celebrated for that. Anyways, so my first question is very simple. Photography, you know, because you and I have known each other for almost a decade.
Yeah, sure.
What exactly pushed you into photography, and later you moved into art and all of those things? But I want to know exactly what exactly pushed you into photography.
Okay, yes, thank you. What pushed me into photography?
Yes.
It happened that, you know, my dad had some friends where they send in stuff from outside the country. They send cameras and all that. So I had one camera that I was using then. So I connect the camera to the TV where you can see yourself. I just have this thing for cameras. You know, when I see camera, even on the phone, the first thing I check on your phone while growing up is the camera. You get, so I've always had that thing from inside from the beginning.
So it has always been like you finding that tool around you. And
Yeah, it has always been around. Always.
You know, one thing that I have always like tried to understand is that most people, when they want to talk about their journey and everything, they talk about the fact that maybe they've been seeing something and everything, but you were just opportune to get those tools around you. And I think that's one of the things that our parents should actually do for us. Like I think that at an early age it is important for them to, you know, let some things be around for us to be able to, so that we'll be able to know that, like, yes, am I interested in this or am I interested in this? I believe that the camera is not just the only thing that you saw around.
No, it wasn't.
But you just found interest in that particular thing, and it caught your fancy. And I think that's one thing that I think parents should actually do: experiment their children with different tools, different things, for them to be able to now catch up on stuff. And I'm excited that you got that opportunity. So I believe that, you know, it's been how long you've been in photography right now?
I started photography professionally 2018. Professionally. But you know the picture thing, I've been doing that one since, but professionally with a digital camera and all that was 2018.
Wow. That's about 5 years ago.
So 2018 till now.
Half a decade.
Okay, so I want you to tell us something about Morenz. What is it about Morenz? It's exactly. Tell us.
Okay, about Morenz, like you said, like you introduced, I'm a photographer. Yeah, so I find pleasure in drawing, in art. But one thing I don't have naturally is the ability to draw.
Okay.
So it pains me a lot. So I thought, since I cannot draw, so why not use my camera to take pictures and make them look like painting, make them look like art. So I love art a lot. You understand?
Yeah.
So I want to use photography for this art thing.
So I believe that you must have had, you know, in your years of creating a lot of beautiful art and photography, you must have had some amazing projects. So I want you to tell me, like, what out of most of those projects is one of your most exciting, and why? What's the story behind it?
You know, the way this thing works for me, it's not a planned stuff.
Okay.
It's not like I go outside to just arrange somebody there and take their picture. I just see what I want to shoot, and I go ahead to shoot it. So there's one I did. I was just outside that day, and I saw a boy fetching water by the well. So the way he was fetching, he just got back from school. He was barefooted. So I saw him by the well fetching water, and the thing just he hit something in my head. Oh, this could be. So I went in to get my camera. Then I saw the guy. I photographed him. Then I took quite a number of pictures, not him and some other people by the well too. But the guy's picture, the boy's picture particularly got to me because it reminded me of so many things. You know, when you're coming back from school, the only thing on your mind when you're coming back from school is what? Just get to the house, off your clothes, eat and do everything. So the guy was on his uniform, barefooted. So you could tell that this guy is excited to get to the house and everything. So, and the African thing where you go to the well to fetch water, you get. So I photographed it and I edited it the way
you wanted it.
Yes.
Yeah, I noticed because from this particular photograph is like one of your most popular like work of art. I just, you know, it brings a feeling, it brings something that, you know, you just, when you see it, you just can feel something, and that's what makes like your work unique to me personally. When I see most of your work, I just find it like, God, like this person just brings the beauty out of even imperfections and all of those things. You know, we have wildlife photographs, we have wedding photographs, we have a lot of photographers. What kind of photographer will you classify yourself as?
So the thing is, my style.
Yes.
I'm not sure if, of course, there are people doing it, but it is not that same.
Yeah.
So what people do, most people, you know, they are under this art stuff.
Okay.
So they manipulate pictures.
Okay.
You get. if there's no cloud in a particular place,
They add clouds,
they add
okay.
cloud to it. So
It's more like photo manipulation.
they give them, so it makes your picture come out very nice. But mine, I take the picture the way they are. You get, it's not like I add anything
to it, yeah.
So I don't know where to put myself presently, like right now.
It doesn't have a class. But one thing I have noticed from your pictures, it has more urban feel.
Yes.
Yeah, because most of the pictures that you take are maybe outdoors, and they have this urban, like a lot of landscapes of an urban environment. See, if there is something that I tell people a lot, I remember talking to somebody one time, and I was talking to a person about you, and I was saying that like Morenz is the best photographer I have ever seen. Like I know personally. I believe I know a lot of iconic photographers, but the photographer I have personally met that is so good is Morenz. And most people used to think that maybe because you are like someone that is kind of close to me, that's the reason I'm saying that. But the reason that is because when it comes to your pictures and the way you bring out life out of those pictures, most pictures are not just pictures, they are like stories. You understand? They have this kind of feeling. Some of the pictures you've taken for me personally, I have this, I can see beyond that picture. I can see me, I can feel my soul in most of those pictures. Yeah. And that's an amazing thing. Yeah. So I really want to ask, like, what exactly inspires you to edit in that grungy way? There's this kind of your pictures most times, I can't call your pictures clean. Yes, and they have this kind of rough.
You scatter everything.
Yeah. It is. It is so detailed. It is rough but not rough.
You understand?
It is rough but not rough. It is communicating something I really don't understand, and I believe you are the only one that can explain.
Yeah.
So I want to understand what exactly gives you the inspiration to, because I believe that editing most times is a process. It's not something that you just know, this is how I want it. It's just something that maybe is like you continue doing it and you just find out that, okay, like, yeah, this is it. What makes you think that, okay, like, this is it when you're editing a picture? Like that boy's picture right now, I noticed that you've done some kind of frames and all of those things, and some people have framed through some of those pictures because of how much it communicates things. Yeah. Like when you were editing that particular picture, this one, what made you think that this is it? Like this exactly is it?
Okay.
Like why editing?
Like I said, it's a soul thing. It's a soul thing. When I saw the boy by the well. Yeah. When I was going inside to get my camera, I was already imagining what I was going to edit. So and when I took the picture to my laptop and when I started editing, the picture, I didn't edit that picture once. You get, it's like it's a process. After I got to a particular level, I stopped. Okay. So I had to chill first. So I waited for probably a few hours. Then I continued. No, I didn't even continue. I went to another project. So I left that there. So later I continued. Probably on that day I continued. So the point where I arrived that I knew that I've edited this picture was when I added when he gave me that when he gave me that how would I put it down? That feel, yes. When the team ministered to me, that was when I stopped editing the picture. That was when I knew that I've gotten to the place. So it's not just about editing. The picture has to eat you back. When you're editing stuff, you can't just leave it like that. It has to eat you back. The way the guy eats me at the first time.
That you saw something.
Yeah. So when I edited that picture too, I had that same feeling. So I knew how to stop it.
This is it. That's one thing. For me as a designer, it is always about what can I remove? And I think in art, it's about what else can I add? What else can I add? And I used to feel like it's a struggle for artists, like because you don't know where to stop adding. Of course. You understand? And some of your other pictures, like there's this one that you took that it was about some children coming back from school. That particular picture too was just like, oh God, like what exactly is going through this mind? There's this other one that is my favorite again. It's like a tricycle, and I don't think it was. I think the tricycle was upside down or something. And I was just like, wait, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
Like, why were you taking pictures like this? Like, I really want to understand, because you and I have had some conversations before, and I want to understand, like, why do you choose to take pictures like that? Why not go and take, portrait pictures for people? Why exactly are you trying to like capture imperfect moments?
The way the world is evolving now, it takes us away from originality. I think we've lost touch on original stuff. So, but I don't want to lose touch on those things. So, one thing that makes me take my picture the way I take them is I want is like I am reminding people that there's perfection in this thing that does
The
not
imperfections,
you
yeah.
understand. So when I was on my friend's place, I sat down and I saw them repairing that keke. So fortunately for me, I was in my camera. So I just sat down on the floor and I took the picture. So I saw the way they were repairing the keke and the owner of the keke standing by the keke. Think about it.
You didn't plan for that kind of thing.
You understand?
And all of a sudden you just find yourself in a mechanic's house. That particular story, and the person under it trying to repair it too as well. That person's sorrow is his own answered prayer that day.
You understand? So and if you walk up to that man repairing the keke, he will tell you some story that will touch you. But everybody just walk past and just look back.
Like that's his own problem. Everybody has
my own.
Yeah, but like you have been able to capture people's struggle, and
that we do not even
like we ignore daily.
Yes.
And that's how beautiful like life is generally. Because we just wave a lot of things on our way, and we just think that okay, I'm going through my life, everybody's going through their life. But if we can actually think about the imperfect things that is going on around us, we'll be able to like be more grateful most times, or we can actually see the beauty. There was a time that I was walking around Bere. Bere is like one of the most rugged place in Ibadan, and I've been in Ibadan for 7 years to 8 years, and I have not been to that place until like this year. And I was passing through that place, even though it was so rough. Yes, but I was so happy because it was so beautiful at the same time. And what gave me that feeling was a sense of your pictures. I just was like, if Morenz should take this picture, if he has this, you had a similar picture of this Bodija. And I was just like, God, like there is so much beauty. And I did a video and I was saying that like this wretched area is so beautiful, and people will not understand until that moment has been captured. And it takes people that can see beyond to be able to capture that moment and be able to interpret it or bring out the beauty.
You understand?
And that's what makes me a fan of you, because one of the visions of X Brand, like our agency, is to help businesses or help people communicate their big ideas. And whenever I see some of those sort of pictures, I just feel like this is big. This is beyond normal. This is more than pictures. It has a feeling. There is something about it, because sometimes you just see a picture and you just see the person. That's all. But in some of your pictures, I see it tells stories. It is more than just photography, and that's what connects me to like most of your pictures. And I really want to like for you. I really want to dive into like the way you think about stuff. For you, like, because I know it was not until of recent you started a series on this black and white stuff that had this kind of pencil feeling. And at first, when I first see some of this stuff, I was skeptical. That what's up with Morenz? But the more I started seeing some of those things, I think I saw one with a particular child and an eyeball was showing at the midst of those sketchy stuff. I want to understand, like, what exactly pushed you towards that side itself?
That sketch. Okay, like I said at the beginning, I wish I could draw. You get, so this is just me exploring that other side that I don't have naturally. Because if I could draw, I was going to draw that. So I just wanted to explore something else. Let me just try something else. So I sketched that. You understand? using digitally.
Okay.
So you get. So I was just trying to explore something else. So and that could actually be a trend too. Probably a corner of my space. You just see that sketch picture, then a corner on that side. A corner.
That's amazing. You know, Morenz, you studied as a social worker from what I know. I want to understand when you were still in school and when you were about to, get out of school and all of these things, and you were thinking about photography, teaching about your social works and all of those things. What made you think, okay, photography is the way to go, and what I studied in school is not the way to go? Tell me, what exactly is it?
Yeah, I did social work. And after school, I didn't pursue, or I'm pursuing photography. You know why? Why? There's a chapter in the Bible that says the book of Mark make a way for him. Yeah. So, photography is my home, and I'm looking for that. It is actually photography that will tend to make way. Yeah. It is not. Of course, it is very good to get educated. Yeah, because it really helps me. Okay, my faculty work, the faculty of education. We did a lot of courses. A lot that really, it changed my mentality about women. So with that thing in my mind now, and also attaching it to my photography in a way. When I found, can you tell us how it's a way? Yeah, in a way, when I see kids coming back from school. Them playing on the road and all that. Like my project topic was on take therapy for preschool children. So when I see kids coming back from school, having fun playing, men get that they are mentally okay. You understand? Okay. That's not what I'm saying. So what you're saying is that if children are not doing that, they're not mentally okay. I want to be bad for if you have a child that's playing fine and happy, you should be grateful to God. Because there are other disabled children that are. You see them just cry. There you go. So when I see people coming out, it makes me have people personally. Because when you see a child then talking to you, or talking to your friend, that thing gives me a lot of joy. Like, wow. You're perfectly playing and those things. Understand? So yes, I want to photograph that. I understand that. And that's so beautiful that you could combine it with you and it gives you a deeper understanding of a lot of stuff of humanity. A lot of people have creative blocks in the creative industry. Let's say you're working on a particular stuff right now, you're just feeling like this is not looking like what I want. How do you deal with that? And maybe you're doing something that is not just happening, not just working. Like not looking like it. Well, me personally, I sleep my laptop. Yes, I'll be very honest with you. I sleep my laptop because I'm trying to fix something. I'm thinking about giving that. I just sleep my laptop, go on Instagram and work around people. Well, then later, not only, I come back. That's all right. When I have backlog, I sleep on. I think that's one thing that like your creative soul does. Most people just want to continue struggling with it as well, and they just stress themselves and all of those things. It to be a medical. Yes, exactly. If it's a quality work, you need more time. Yeah, and I think that's one thing that everybody has to understand. That you need more time to get a project done. Like for me now, for like let's say I'm creating the logo right now. I try as much as possible to leave the logo. There's not a concept that you leave the logo for some time and you come back to it. It might be good in your eye, but when you come back to it looks different. Yeah. So I think that concept is something that a lot of creatives have to like understand. That when you are even thinking it doesn't look good right now, if you go away from it and come back, it might look better. You just need a new eye. Yeah. Just look at it. Yeah. And I think that's something I mean forward. But your way of doing things, because I know that like you have a little touch of how would I say right now, a musical background too as well. Like I want to know what place does that have in your whole photography career? Okay, in my whole photography career, what place does music have? Yeah. Oh, sounds. Sounds now. Yeah. So when I take a picture, apart from the fact that I think of how to edit this picture, I also think of the sound to the pictures of so me having a musical background, has given me that level
be able to select a song that matches
The emotion, yeah.
like they'll actually what sound does it? Sounds helps you travel. And helps you connect with that.
Yeah.
Helps you stay longer on time.
Yeah.
So that my background gave me the opportunity to be able to do that. I guess that.
So that's amazing. Like, what exactly do you think that someone that wants to get into your kind of stuff can do to, follow this kind of pathway, do this kind of stuff? How do you think they can actually find themselves in your kind of way? Like, what exactly do you think they can do? So those stuff, you mentioned that.
Okay, I would not advise that you do stuff the way I do my stuff. Because I have a role model.
Okay.
Yeah, they make money.
Now,
So, of course, if I even teach you stuff, we will tell you things. But you also advise not things the same way. You tell you to do, I'll find you. So, of course, I follow different photographers, different people you get. So, but then, I still do my own kind of photography. So, what I do is I just from me and add it to your own.
yeah.
Like, that makes you, like, so I would not say that we should follow the same thing, just learn from everybody, then apply to your own. So that makes you, so if you want to become like me, I would not advise to do that.
That's interesting because I know of your photography connection with diploma photography, which is one of the most amazing photographers when it comes to wedding photography that I know.
Yeah.
Like, and I noticed that like most times you are like athletes to diploma photography.
Yes.
But most of your pictures don't look like diploma photography, and I wonder why. So like, what exactly is the connection there?
Yeah, Tiplon is a wedding photographer and I work for Tiplon. So me working for Tiplon is giving another experience and experience on how to deal with clients. Meeting how to relate with big clients. You understand? That experience are the things I am in Tiplon photography.
For your own career.
My own career. So if I go out with Tiplon photography and I do stuff with Tiplon photography, I don't put them on my face. Because that was not what I am. Actually, I'm learning the experience, the professionality. You understand what I'm saying?
I get.
So, gadget, everything gives me another kind of experience of art. So that experience, if you have that, you put it in your for good. You get, that's just,
I understand. And that's one thing I think that a lot of young people have to understand, that you don't like still want, you need to explore and see from different places. What part did mentorship take in your whole career? I know you've talked about BME Kings, you've talked about diploma photography. What place did mentorship or these people take in your whole career and the way you're moving right now?
Okay. See, it's a big opportunity to be corrected when you have someone that can correct you. So it's a big opportunity when you have somebody that can correct you. So what mentorship does for me is I can be corrected. So there's sometimes you don't always do that thing very well, then they put you to order. So when you have a mentor, they set you straight. So, but if you say you can do things on your own, let me just go, I can do this, I can do that, you will make some mistakes. So they've made a lot of mistakes. So when you do stuff, they just tell you, guy, don't do this, you're doing it wrong. You understand? So what mentorship does for me is it's an opportunity to be corrected. So they correct me.
I think that's something that everybody should actually get.
Yes.
Should get a mentor, especially when
you go far.
Yes, it is one thing to be skilled. Like for someone like me who is a self-taught designer right now, I had to consult a lot of people in my journey, and I'm still consulting a lot of people to make sure that like whenever I encounter some problems, I am able to ask now, okay, like this is what is happening. Okay, this is what is happening. I'm doing this. Am I doing it right?
Yes.
What do you think I should do at this point? And all of those things. It makes you not to make the same mistakes that they've made before, just like you said.
Yes.
So, and that's amazing. I want to ask for you, like, I always want to know people's perspective. What were you thinking when what's the end product of your photography? When people want to buy from you? What do they tend to get exactly? Are they just getting pictures? Are they just getting, very beautiful artwork and photography? What is the end product? How do you want people to identify your work? What's the end product of, like, for me now, I think my end product is to get people to communicate their big ideas better. You understand? It's not just about design, and that's why I said it is more than design. So I want to know, for you, what exactly is the end product for photography?
Moments is basically what I sell. What is the end product of my photography? So moments. So I sell those moments.
Moments in what way? I don't understand.
Yeah, like we're talking about the keke and this thing.
Yeah.
So that particular scene was a particular moment.
Capturing that moment.
That's that moment.
Yeah.
Captured it. So that is what I said.
So it is basically capturing a moment, a feeling.
Yeah. So when you see it, you just say,
So, so is it that you want people to like see your picture and say, or I want to like, I really want you to like, go into the details. Like, what exactly is that thing that makes people feel like, that you want people to feel, or what you want people to understand, because I believe there are photographers.
Yes,
there are a lot of photographers. What are you selling beyond pictures?
The way I review the picture,
Yeah,
will be different from the way I interpret the way I interpret the picture will be different from the way you interpret it.
yes.
So that thing when you see the picture is what I'm not sure if I have the word for it.
Okay. Well, in the Clarity podcast, so I believe by the time we finish, you should have the word for it.
Okay.
This is what because I believe everybody from your work you communicate something that is beyond photography.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I really wanted you on the podcast, because clarity is one thing that a lot of people don't have, and I believe that you have that clarity in a way, but it might not be. Yes, you don't have to maybe actually put into two words, because there is a time that there was a particular time when I met someone and the person asked me, tell me something about you. Do you understand? I won't just tell the person that I'm a graphic designer and all of those things. I believe that it should go beyond what I can offer, you understand, beyond graphics, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what brought me personally to I help people communicate their big ideas. So just like I used to ask people that come on this podcast, let me just ask you the last question. And I believe this last question will take us to that clarity place where you'll be able to actually articulate those words, because you are doing an amazing job that the world has to see. And I believe that if you are able to clearly articulate those things, it will pave the way in the way you would actually maybe write your messaging, the way you would be able to even communicate to clients and all of these things.
Yes.
And I believe this can bring more value to your work. You understand?
Yeah, of course.
Because I know that, like, yes, you know what you're doing. You know that, okay, like, this is this gives a feeling, this gives something to people. So let me ask this question. When God was creating you,
Yes.
like when God was creating Morenz,
Okay.
he had something in mind. You understand? And I want to ask you this way: like, what do you wish exists, or what do you wish should exist because you exist?
What do I wish should exist? Because
You exist.
I want to call the attention to humanity
Mm-hmm.
towards that thing that they look as imperfections. So that is what I want to do. When you see a refuse dump, just walk past it. So, but if you look at it in another perspective, you can still get something from that. So what I want to call the attention of the world towards that thing that they look as imperfect.
I think that you and I have done this like in a way before, but I think we can like do it again, and because it is important that everybody know how to actually communicate what they actually do.
Yes.
There is very very little limit to what you can do if you cannot communicate what you do.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Of course.
And you are one of the most creative people that I know personally.
Thank you.
And I think that the from what I have seen with your stuff, I think you just capture memories and moments in imperfect situations.
Yes. Basically.
Because everybody believes that, when somebody wants to take pictures right now, the first thing they will do is start, adjusting their stuff, adjusting everything.
Yeah.
And you bring out the beauty in
That thing that seems imperfect.
imperfect.
Yeah.
And I think that is something that that should be pushed. You understand? And I don't know if you can try to re-articulate it again. Like, can we say that you bring the best out of imperfection? That would be just too generic. If you say I bring the best out of imperfect moments, because most people don't want to have imperfect moments.
Why would they want to have imperfect?
Because everybody wants to have perfect moments. But you can say that capture memories.
Okay.
Which is a very generic thing for photographers.
Yes. Basically.
They say they capture memories. So what would you say, again, if you think deep down right now, what would you say is the essence of your work? Beyond photography.
Beyond photography.
Yes. Still with photography could be the means, but beyond photography, I believe that you have dreams of maybe having an agency of photographers that is going to start capturing memories and everything. What do you want that movement to be about?
To be about. So let me start from outside photography.
Okay, like urban,
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So I've always admired natural things. Natural things like the original art, the original state.
Okay.
I've always admired things at the original state. You get. So now bringing that into photography. I don't like taking pictures where I have to get a makeup artist to adjust something.
Your face.
Adjust your face and just make everything look like you are there. Meanwhile, you're not actually there.
Yeah.
You get. So my own desire is to capture.
Preserve, yeah.
Yes, you get to reserve that thing.
The original state.
That original state. Don't throw it away. Look at it. Like I don't know if you get what I'm saying. That original state, there is something in it that you should also
It's all about perspective.
Yes, there is something in it that we are not seeing. So I just want to call our attention back to that thing. But the English word I will say is imperfection. But I believe there are other deeper words that we could use.
Because to be clear about these things, it has to be, from my point of view, clarity does not come as that. It's not just hit you like boom.
It's just come on you one day.
Yes, it is not something that it just like when you are thinking about it and everything, it's just hit you. I feel like it's a process.
Yeah, it's a process. Yes.
So I think that it has to be about the creation of, how will I say it right now, the creation of that feeling. Like
there is a feeling.
There is a feeling in your photography. So I think that it shouldn't just be about photography alone, because I believe that your just cause is about preserving the original thing.
Yeah,
you understand? It can be done with either maybe photography. It can be done with words, maybe preserving our language. I believe these are the things that you actually love. You like things,
cultural
stuff to preserve. Yeah, it shouldn't just be that we're just taking everything and we're just trying to just package it.
Yes,
it shouldn't be about the packaging. Of course, presentation of things are very, very okay, but things should
forget.
Yes, you should not forget the source. If you are a Yoruba man, actually you Yoruba. If you are an Igbo man, you should look Igbo. If you are an Igbo person, be an Igbo person. Stop trying to package the whole thing and I think that
not fresh.
I think the clarity of all this whole thing is preserving originality.
Yeah, yes. Preserving it. It should not be tampered. Let me say one Yoruba. The Yoruba will say, "Inú ìkòkò dúdú
ẹ̀kọ funfun tí ń jáde."
That ìkòkò dúdú.
Yeah, leave it that way.
Yes.
Don't try
where you prepare. So that ìkòkò dúdú is the
don't try to print on it.
Is the reason why ẹ̀kọ funfun is coming out. That's the original thing.
So your photography is more complicated I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, of
And the whole reason for this podcast is to bring clarity to that complication.
Yeah.
And because any photographer that is looking at you right now will just feel like, okay, he takes pictures, I take pictures. But yours is beyond taking pictures.
Yes.
Yours is actually giving a feeling and still preserving the originality of that thing.
Yes.
You edit it, you add some little assets to it, or you do some things to it,
Yes.
but you don't take away the actual meaning of the thing.
Yeah, you get.
And I think that it's something that like has to be a process for your clarity process has to be like a journey.
Yeah.
And I believe that you get it someday.
Yes.
So, anyways, I'm really glad like you're able to join me on this podcast. But I really just want to know again, like if you were to give back to this world right now, if you were to give something back to this world right now, and you have everything you need, every fund you need, everybody that you need in your disposal and everything, what would you create?
What would I create?
Yes, if you have every money you need, every fund you need, every skillful person you need, I mean every person that you need to get stuff done, what exactly is that thing that you think that yes, I would love to make happen?
Yeah, let me say, what would I do?
Yes.
One thing I would do is, I will, now if the Afolians are going to do something now, if they will do a traditional movie,
Yeah.
they will do it very well. The Yoruba, the Gogon, the masquerades, the guns,
Yeah.
the way, you understand?
Yeah.
So one thing I'm going to do is, I will do something like I'll call people's attention back to that thing, to that original. This is how it was.
This is how it should be.
This is how it should be. Yes, if you're a Yoruba man, wear Yoruba, this thing, speak Yoruba.
And it's getting to a point now that even people people outside the country are beginning to love our culture because there's something like Afrobeat has been able to like expose the original place of Yoruba, and they just find out like yes, this culture is beautiful.
Yes.
But because we most times don't talk about it, we don't give the opportunity for people to actually love it.
Yeah.
And I believe that if we are able to like do more, people would come to love it. We have people from different countries trying to learn Yoruba and all of those things. So I believe that that's the basics of the whole thing, and I think that we shouldn't lose the whole thing. And we are so glad and we are grateful to have people like you that can actually preserve this stuff, because we have a lot of things that has gone extinct in this world. We have a lot of things that have gone extinct. People right now, I don't think that people right now, when they give their children names, they give their children only key names again, because these are the things that are the source of like
my name now, Morenz.
It is the name behind your name, the meaning behind your name. You and I have been for years, and I am only understanding today. Like you've told me about the name before, but I'm only understanding the meaning of the name today.
Yeah.
And it is mind blowing. It is.
Yeah.
There's so much pleasure. I have this like dopamine hit. Like this is beautiful. You understand that you could give this person name.
Yeah.
Because of this particular reason. There should be a reason for everything. Story behind it. I feel like totally everything is about storytelling at the end.
Yeah.
Because like you're trying to tell the story of the source. You're trying to tell the story of the originality through image.
Yes.
And this is something that a lot of people are just trying. We are all trying to behave like the Europeans, like the Westerns, and we forget that we have a story too. Yeah.
Yes.
Most of us want to travel to the US and take pictures. You want to go to some beautiful places. Want to go to Paris and take picture.
Where you can come to Ibadan
to take
some
pictures.
Places in Mundo.
Yes. You can go to Donro Hill.
Yeah, these places. Just take pictures and
I am really in love with your concept and your style of stuff, and I'm looking forward to see some of your great amazing projects coming in the future. But like, keep on the good work. I am so glad that like someone like you is doing something amazing, and thank you very much for coming up on the podcast. Anyway, this is the Clarity Podcast, and I am so glad that we were able to have Morenz on the show. I want you to like, subscribe, and share, comment about anything that you think about this. If you have any question for Morenz, I'll be happy to direct those questions to him. And this is Clarity Podcast. Tell me what you want. If you want to be on the show, you're creative, I'll be happy to be collaborating with anybody that is either a business person or a creative, you want to tell us your clarity process or you want to actually gain clarity, I'm Fajabi David and this is Clarity Podcast.
Yeah, Clarity Podcast, it helps you, it gets you on your feet, it helps you know what to do. You know, that sometimes you can just get confused. I don't know the right word to use, I don't know the name to choose, I don't know this, I don't know that. So when you're on this podcast, you know, it puts you on that, you get clarity on that you are doing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand how you feeling? So that's it. That's what Clarity Podcast is for you. Like me now, I heard the word preserve. You get? So that's what I learned. That's what I got from this Clarity Podcast. So for you, it's gonna go a long way. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend.